Aloha. Thank you for joining me this week back here on the Swell Health Coaching channel, where we take a methodical approach to keep you doing what you love. I'm really sorry I missed you last week. Thought about the YouTube community. I am grieving the loss of my chameleon. Her name was Dendris. It's a really big loss for our tiny family, and I just had to cancel her appointment with the vet because she didn't make it. So it's been really hard, and now I'll probably be better about being on here a little bit more because she was a really, really big part of our life. All right, so moving forward, today I want to share a warm up that you can do when you get out of bed or on the beach before you're about to paddle out. Because as we get older, it's really, really important to really put that time in to warm up, even just 10 or 15 minutes, and it's going to go such a long way, especially when you're dealing with things like paddling through the ocean and it's windy, and there's a lot going on. So this is a routine that comes from a former program I worked for called White Tiger Wellness, and its founder is David Wicker. And he really was ahead of his time. He was doing a lot of these things in the 90s and explaining them in a really cool way to reach a lot of people in a really simple way. Um, and he spent a lot of time. It was, his life's work. And so I'm just going to be sharing a really small portion of one of the warm-ups for the Tai Chi yoga class because I really believe in it. And if you think it's helpful for you or it's something you're interested in, you can go to whitetigerwellness.com and there's videos. There's also a class for the rotator cuff and for the lower back. And he's also a big water guy. His biggest class was water fitness. So a lot you can learn from that and really easy to implement into your routine already. So the website for that is whitetigerwellness.com, and his name is David Wicker. He's a really great mentor to me at one point. But anyways, I still do this warm-up 2 years later. And it just takes a couple minutes. It's a couple minutes, and it's gonna open up every joint of the body, starting from the neck, shoulders, spine, hips, knees, and ankles. We're going to get your up side, your down side, your left side, your right side, your front side, and your back side. All right, it's going to be really amazing, and this will probably be the third time I've done it in about 12 hours. All right, so let's get started. You don't need a lot of space. Sorry. And you don't need any fancy clothing. And we'll go. So we're going to start off with the first move. It's called the thundering shakedown. So you're just going to shake it out. All right. Then we're going to widen our stance, which is called horse stance. And I'm going to inhale up and exhale down. This move is called embracing the sun. Inhale up, exhale down. Then I'm going to come up, bring my arms back down by my side, bring my chin to my chest, and go into rolling the halo. I'm going to inhale one way and exhale the other way. And bring your head to the center, bring your head up, and bring your ear to your shoulder, not your shoulder to your ear. I always thought that was funny. It's important to be humorous. Then we're going to come back into a standing mountain pose. And next move is for our shoulders. It's called Eagle's Water Landing. We're going to start like this, and we're going to Inhale. All right. Eagle landed. It's ready to take off. So we're going to go the reverse way. Inhale, another way. All right. And we'll come back together. Go back into horse pose. Next move is for the spine. It's called the dangling ropes. So watch first. I'm going to inhale one way and exhale the other way while I'm looking as far behind me as I can. And I'm letting my hands slap off my hips. A nice massage. All right, I'm going to come back to the center, come back to mountain. Next move for the hips, Aladdin's genie. So I'm going to inhale up, bring my hands to center, bend my knees, and hip circles. And imagine that you're balancing a book on your head. So you're only moving the bottom half. Reverse direction. All right. Come back to the center. Rub your hands together. Laser beam to the ground. And then we're going to come up on your toes. Bring your arms up. And hold it. And bring my heels back down. Come back to the center. Next move is called Curious Turtle. So I'm going to come back into horse pose. Bend my knees. Put my hands above my knees with my thumbs in the front and fingers in the back. And watch me first. I'm going to inhale one. Inhale. And then push my knee away while looking over the opposite shoulder. And come back to center. Inhale and exhale. And notice how I'm not straightening my knee or bringing it with me. I'm pushing it away. Inhale. Exhale. All right, come back up. Next move, genie on the horse. Inhale, arms up. And hip circles. Remember, you have a book on your head. Reverse direction. All right, genie on the horse comes out of the bottle. Rub your hands together. Laser beams to the ground. Come up on your toes. Bring your arms up ahead. And bring your heels back down. All right. And then we'll come back to mountain pose for a second. Shake it out. Next move, there's just a few moves left. It's called Waterfall Part 1. I'm going to go back to horse. Watch this first. I'm going to grab my ankles or my calves and hang my head loose, which means I'm looking directly between my knees, not straight at the ground. And I'm going to move back and forth, inhaling one way, exhaling the other. Watch me first. How loose my head is. Right. Come back to center. Come back up. I'm going to come back into mountain. Next move is waterfall part 2. So watch this first. I'll turn to the side so you can see. I'm going to clasp my hands together. I'm going to bend my knees, lean forward, and hang my head loose. And it doesn't matter how far your arms go. It can go here, they can come here. It's still working wonders. And then, really important to get out, I'm going to put the palm of my hand to the small of my back. I'm going to come up nice and slow. Do a little shoulder roll backwards, a little shoulder roll forwards, and we end the same way we started with the thundering shakedown. So, there you have it. And once you learn this routine, you can literally do it in less than 5 minutes. Open up every joint of the body. It's a really great way to loosen up throughout the day. It only takes a few minutes. And I mean, I feel much more open, feel better. It is a hot time of day, and I have all the windows shut, so it won't be as loud for this video. So I am going to open that back up, and I'll leave the link to White Tiger Wellness in the show notes. If you like that routine, there's so much more you can learn from that program, and it's very realistic. It was really ahead of its time, and I'm just so glad that I got to be a part of that wisdom. So thank you for joining, and I will see you next week. I don't know what the topic will be then. Talk to you soon. Bye.